Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be my updated foundation routine. It's also going to include how I finish the rest of my face after I've done my foundation. So basically I'm going to show you exactly what I do step by step and the products that I use. So hopefully this is really helpful for you guys and fun to watch, and I will speak to you all in my next video. Bye guys. Okay, so for my foundation routine, I use quite a few different products. Now, what I wanted to do was I wanted to do this as an updated video. So obviously the products in this video are what I'm using at the moment for my foundation routine. Pretty much in all of my videos, this is what I've been wearing. I know that sometimes the lighting can kind of wash out my face and you can't even see that I'm wearing blush, but I always am. So I'm going to be showing you the products that I've been using pretty much for the last 3 weeks straight. Okay, so the first thing I always do is my primer. The primer that I've been loving at the moment is the Monistat Chafing Relief Powder Gel, and it's from America, and it's basically supposed to be for chafing, but long story short, if you Google this, you'll see like on eBay and like reviews and all of that it's very popular to use as a primer. And this is basically just the same as like the Models Prefer mattifying primer that I've always been talking about, and it's also very comparable to Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. It's that kind of silicone kind of feel to it. I'm just going to take a little bit of this particular one. You only need a little bit because a little bit does go a long way, so I've just taken a little pump, and that's how much I've squeezed out. So I'm just going to dot this on my face where I want it. I always focus in the T-zone area first because that is where my makeup will often get like sweaty and oily. So I'm going to focus the primer there. Then I'm just going to kind of just put it in areas wherever I've had a little bit of excess left. Then you're just going to rub it in. And you're left with like a really smooth finish. Like it just feels so smooth and silky. So we're moving on to foundation. I always do my foundation and then my concealer. So I use at the moment the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and I have found this to be extremely amazing for my skin. So at the moment I'm using a blend of two colours, and I'm using the 120 and the 225, and they look like this. And for me, this foundation is a really nice coverage, especially for daytime. Now at night time, I may switch it up a little bit and use my MAC Pro Longwear, and that is what I have been doing. So for night time, I use my MAC Pro Longwear, and I'm in the shade NW20. I'm going to blend these two together and then apply it to my face. So what I do is the applicator just looks like this. You just pour it out of the bottle. And I don't know about you, but mine always pours out really runny. I don't know if that's just the texture of the foundation or if that's just mine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour out a little bit of this one. That was a little bit too much. So that was the 120, which is the lighter shade, which is the closest to my skin tone, but is too light on its own. Hence why I put in a little bit of the 225, which I bought a long time ago as an error, and I thought this was my skin tone. It's a little bit too dark, so it blends in perfectly with the lighter one and gives me my perfect shade. So I'm going to be taking this flat foundation brush from Manicare, and all I'm going to do is just going to mix the colours together just by kind of moving it back and forth. And you'll kind of see when it's like mixed, you know, it's just all one nice colour. So once you've kind of mixed it together like that, you're going to have a heck of a lot of product on your brush. So what I'm going to do is I like to apply the foundation with this brush first, then I blend it out with a different brush. So I'm going to be applying it like this. I just like to do like kind of strokes on the areas where obviously I want it most. And I do this every day if I'm wearing fake makeup. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue to apply it, and then I've only got a little bit left, so I'm just going to kind of get off any excess and put it under my neck. On my neck, should I say. At the moment I love using this Models Prefer one. It's a lot better, I find. So what I do is I just take the brush and I just kind of start blending it in. So I'm just going to kind of gently in circular motions blend that in.
Okay, so as you can see, that is my foundation all blended in. The next step is my concealer. So my concealer, which is my MAC Pro Longwear in the shade NC15, and it looks like that. So I'm just going to squeeze out a tiny amount, like that. Then what I do is I like to take a concealer brush. I'm just going to place it with this brush. And I'm just kind of patting it in and just kind of placing it under there. I have done an updated concealer routine. This isn't just about concealer. I just wanted to show you the overall foundation routine and how I do my face. I'm going to be taking my Models Prefer pink blending sponge, and it's a multi-purpose sponge. It looks like this when it comes, and it's clean. This is obviously dirty. I have to wash it. This is obviously the prize and the giveaway, which is just, you know, over there. So I'm going to be taking this sponge and I'm just going to start patting in that concealer. I'm going to start down here really gently, just patting it in. All I'm doing is I'm just literally kind of patting it into my skin, and it blends in really nicely. This is a cheap, nice alternative to the Beauty Blender. So I'm just going to do that on the other side as well, like so. And you're just going to take either the small edge or the other edge, it doesn't really matter, and you're just going to continue to lightly pat that into your skin and blend it in. And you'll notice it just gives like a really nice airbrushed finish, and it doesn't look like streaky or like it's not blended properly. It just looks really flawless. So as you can see, I've blended that all in underneath my eye. The next step I would do is I take my Australis Fresh and Flawless face powder in the shade Natural, and it's a lighter colour. It looks like this, and I use this purely for under my eyes. So all I do is I just take my brush and I just get some powder and I pat it on over top of that concealer. So the next thing I do is take the exact same type of powder, but this is in shade Deep Natural, and this is for my face, and it's just a little bit more like yellowy brown. And I'm just going to take the same blending sponge and just kind of pat this on the T-zone area where I often get oily. This is going to help keep my T-zone nice and matte. And just up here a little bit. Just pretty much in the center of my forehead. So you're just going to blend it in. Okay, so the next step is my contouring. Now at the moment I've been loving my Savvy by DB Jumbo Bronzer. Get this in like this, tap off the excess and contour my cheeks. So you want to find where you know your hollow of your cheek is. So I just kind of go like this. And as you can see, it's like up here and up there. So and then what I like to do is when I've done that, I like to also bring the colour up around my temple area. Okay, you can obviously go ahead and contour your nose and under here if you want to. For now, I'm just going to keep it simple. This isn't a contouring video, this is just how I do my face. Next thing I'm going to do is take my favourite blush at the moment, and this is what I use on an everyday basis. Obviously, my eye colour and what shadow I'm wearing will obviously alter what kind of blush I use. I'm going to be using Sleek's Suede blush, and it's just Suede. Once you've cracked that bad boy open, I'm just going to take this beautiful neutral blush and a simple blush brush. And this is just a cheapo one from Singapore. Tap off the excess and apply this just above where you put your contour, and it's going to blend into like a nice gradient finish with the contouring. So smile if you want to find the apples of your cheeks. And when I come into I always have to start up here first. Then when I come into the apples of the cheek, I like to only apply a tiny amount. So I get the brush really lightly on that area. So I'll show you what I do. I go like this first. Then I bring it down around here, and I just kind of lightly kind of tap to get the colour in that area. And that's it for blush. Then what I do is I would just set my makeup. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Obviously I'd go ahead and do my lips.
I won't bother doing that now because I'm just going to stick to just the face, and I hope that you guys got some, you know, tips and tricks from this if you were looking for something like that, and I will speak to you all soon. Have a great day. Bye guys.